Okay, Jamie is absolutely awesome. Glad she's part of the dialogue. Relationships are essential. I need a little more love of, are we single? We married? Where it's complicated. Jamie's sitting back there drinking her water, getting hydrated in the green room. But
Just
I'm,
getting ready to
yeah,
share with everybody. So
married, found the best partner ever, encouraged me to start my business, divorced for 11 years. Time to figure it out, Brad Dixon. You did the self work. It's time to figure it out. All right. So I'm
fantastic.
going to go ahead and we're going to bring up, I'm saying Jamie, but you pronounce it differently, right?
No, Jamie.
Okay,
All the
great.
way around.
Awesome.
Yes. Well, actually, in French, it is j'aime, which means I love. So it's kind of meant to be that it's my name. But
Yeah.
I'm Jamie.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, I love, and of course, you're in the love business. Isn't that powerful and profound? We're going to remove ourselves because I understand you're going to present for a while. Call us if you need us for
Yes.
anything, and we'll be right up. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So I just want to do a little intro about myself. I have been a relationship therapist for 20 years, and I absolutely love what I do. I work with singles, couples, breakups, and divorces. I have a show called Love Talk Live and LA Talk Radio. And I just wrote a book called Manifesting, a step-by-step guide to attracting the love that's meant for you. So this is my world. This is my life. However, I also do talk about manifesting in general. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about courageously manifesting, but I'm also going to be relating it to relationships and why it's so important to be happy in your relationships or in your single life as you're doing all this entrepreneurship work. So I put together 10 concepts that help you with courageously manifesting. And this is manifesting anything, like I said. If for some reason you are doing well in your business already and you want to manifest a relationship, or you want to manifest a more abundance in your business, and so but you need to make your relationship better, all this is going to help you. So you can relate all these concepts to everything and anything. So the first one is, it's really important to know your why. And this is important because as you are on your journey of growing a business, growing a relationship, whatever it is, you're going to have some no's. You're going to have some discouragement, as we all know. So it's really important to establish, what is my why? Why am I doing this? What is my intention? And for me, I wrote this book, and it was like a 5-year journey. And I had to keep coming back to, why am I doing this? So that's just my little example of my recent experience of going through, what is my why? And my whole business in general, I have built over a long period of time, and I have to keep coming back to, what is my why? My why is, I want to change people's lives, and I know that I can. And so we're going to get into the confidence part right now. Okay. So tip number 2, you need to shift your negative narratives and your limiting beliefs into, you're not shifting negative to positive, you're shifting negative into the truth. So for example, and this is something that you can do right now if you want to write something down, what is the story you're telling yourself? Whether it's, if you want to manifest a relationship, you want to manifest a job. Some people's stories are, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, I'm not worthy. So when I say shifting from the negative into the truth, you ask yourself, what is this negative narrative? Let's go with, I'm not good enough. I forgive myself. You put your hand on your heart. I forgive myself for buying into the misbelief that I'm not good enough. What is the truth? So with my clients, I always say, what is the truth? Well, you can do this with yourself in line at Starbucks or wherever you are. What is the truth? The truth is, I am good enough. I am worthy. So once again, you're shifting, you're identifying the negative narrative, which, where did they come from? They could have come from the sandbox in 7th grade. They could have come from, sorry, not sandbox in 7th grade, the sandbox. They could have come from somebody in 7th grade who said something to you. They could have come from an ex relationship. They could have come from a coworker. These negative narratives are things that we buy into that are not true. So we are shifting from the negative to what is the truth. And the crazy thing is that our negative narratives come from here, which is our ego, which is fear and lies. And we need to drop from our head into our heart to know the truth. So take a moment. You don't have to do this right now if you'd like to. Take a moment, think about what is that negative narrative I'm telling myself that's preventing me, that's holding me back from everything that is out there that's already waiting for me. Drop from your head to your heart and say what the truth is. And I really want you to take this exercise and utilize it in your life. It's been life-changing for me. I learned this years ago, and it's been life-changing for all of my clients. Sometimes they'll text me and they'll say, oh, I just did this compassionate self-forgiveness, because the truth is that anything that you are wanting to manifest, it can shift. So you can utilize this for any limiting belief and any negative narrative that pops up. Okay, so next one. And we're getting into the relationship stuff now. So the third concept is to unconditionally love yourself. Now, if you're thinking, okay, why is it important for business? It's definitely important for relationships, but why is it important for business? Relationships are business. Our outside experiences are a reflection of our inner reality. So that means whatever is going on inside of us, we are constantly co-creating with the universe. We are constantly manifesting everything on the outside, positive and negative. So we want to be unconditionally loving ourselves. That means we don't judge ourselves. We have forgiven ourselves and everyone else in our life for everything, everyone, ourselves, and everybody has always been doing the best that we can. So we are showing up as our authentic self. We have gotten past the barriers, like unresolved issues, like those limiting beliefs that have prevented us from connecting with our authentic self. And once again, this helps with attracting abundance and attracting and manifesting whatever you want to manifest in your business, and then also whatever you want to manifest in your love life. So you need to unconditionally love yourself. Reach out to me. Happy to help you do this work. I have a certain amount of time here, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so number 4 is cultivating happiness in your life. Kind of like the loving yourself, but I'm just going to talk about singles and then couples. So if you are single, I want you to accept that fact versus resist it, because the universe gives us what we focus on. So if you're focused on the fear that you're not going to find somebody, it's just going to take over your life. It's going to take over your business, and that's what you're going to be focused on, versus focused on being present and accepting what is. That will help you bring in more business and the relationship that is just waiting for you. Now, if you're in a relationship, I can't express enough how important it is to be happy and feeling joy and peace in your relationship. Whatever you're feeling at home will reflect everything outside of your home. And I know a lot of people work from home and do Zoom, but you know what I mean. It is crucial. Love is why we live. Love, relationships. If you're not happy at home in your relationship or being single, it's going to reflect everything. So I want you to do whatever it takes to, hey, if you're in a relationship and you're not happy, do whatever you need to do to find the relationship that makes you happy. Or if you're in a relationship that could use some work, do the work to make it better. If you're single, and like I said, you are kind of in negative mode or victim mode, this sucks, shift it around and use that compassionate self-forgiveness that I talked about before. Okay, next step is to visualize. Once again, whether you're visualizing a relationship or a business, you need to visualize it, you need to see it, and you need to believe it. Now for this step, I have something called an ideal scene. Once again, reach out to me with any questions. My website is therelationshipexpert.com. If you have any questions, I'm going really fast, I know. Anyhow, all of this is talked about on my website, on my Instagram, but it's really important to visualize. So the ideal scene, you have a piece of paper. In the middle of the piece of paper, it says, I am. And then you put sentences all the way around the heart. So there's a heart that says, I am. For instance, as if it's happening now. I am so grateful that I have manifested this business that is bringing me so much abundance, and it comes in overflowing every day. Let's say your ideal scene is for your relationship. I am so grateful that I found the man that loves me and sees me for everything that I am. whatever your ideal scene is, you make sentences all the way around the heart. And this is called an ideal scene. This is a process that I want you to do. Feel free to reach out to me once again to tell me how it goes, because the crazy thing about ideal scenes is that they come true. I call it like a vision board on steroids. So you want to be specific. And the cool thing about visualization is that if you're living as if it's happening now, because I want you to look at this and then live as if it's happening now. The crazy thing is that our brains don't know the difference between the past and the future and the present. So if you're in the past, that is depression. If you're in the future, that is anxiety. So you want to be present. And my clients are always like, I don't understand because you're talking about the future, but it is the present. So it's a little hard to explain. However, trust me. And what I'm saying is, if you are living in the past, your brain's going to keep you there. And if you're living in the future with fear, your brain's going to keep you there. So you're in the present, but living as if it's happening now. Okay, I'm going to move on. So the next step is to cultivate a stronger intuition. And once again, this works for manifesting abundance in your business and also manifesting a better relationship or manifesting a relationship. This is my favorite topic to talk about. It has changed my life and has changed the lives of the thousands of people that I have worked with. Intuition is not a woo-woo thing. I mean, it can be, but it's not. Intuition to me is connecting with yourself. Seeing a red flag and following it. Seeing a green flag and saying, this is a sacred yes, this is a yes. When we feel like something is a yes, it feels very different. So as you're going on your business journey or your relationship journey, if something feels off or not right, that is a no. If there's doubt, that's a no. But I want you to trust yourself. You don't have to ask a million people what you should do. I want you to trust yourself. And people wonder, okay, how do I cultivate my intuition? Read my book, it's in there, or look at all my Instagram reels and stuff on my website, or contact me. It's really not hard. We are all born with an intuition. And I would say to start with, just start being conscious all day, every day. It's all about decisions. Is this, like I said, is this a yes or a no? So I want you to start to think about these things that you're constantly deciding. And I want you to start getting in touch with, how does this feel in my body? Because a lot of times we will feel something in our stomach or something in our chest, a bad feeling, and that's a no. We need to trust that and follow it. So once again, huge topic on my show. We can talk about this for an hour sometimes. And I write about this all the time in articles. And so intuition, huge topic. I made it really, really short. So I'm just going to leave that there, drop that right there. But if you have questions after, and I'm also doing the VIP. Okay, we're almost done. So hopefully that will give us extra time for VIP. Number 7 is have no attachment to the outcome. And when I learned this, I was shocked. Because as a human, I was thinking, what do you mean have no attachment to the outcome? I know what I want. But what I learned is that the universe gives us what we need, not necessarily what we want. It knows better. So for us to put it out there, set our intentions, but then to say, I trust you and I'm going to have no attachment to the outcome. And this works, once again, with dating and relationships and also with business. Because let's say there's a deal you want to make or a date that you want to work out. If you go in with no expectations, with pure peace and neutrality, trusting this or something better for the highest good of all concerned, and I trust that whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen, you will see that there will be the outcome that is meant to be, and you need to trust that. So whether it's a positive or a negative outcome in your eyes, I want you to trust that. And you've heard this over and over. One door closes, another one opens. Trust the flow of life, because when you have no attachment to the outcome, you will see that you will be able to relax. The weight has lifted off of your shoulders and you are in the flow of life. Okay, finally, we're almost done. You need to build community. And I was listening to the interview and the discussion before this, and you guys were talking about community. This is really, really important. If you think about the most successful people in this world, like the Bill Gates or the Oprahs of the world, nobody did this by themselves. And I love how, Adora, you were talking about how you went to this lunch and one conversation can change your life. And I've seen this in my life and I've seen this with my clients' lives. Absolutely. I don't want you to hold yourself back. I want you to use your beautiful voice and ask for that lunch meeting or talk to that person that's done it before you. Build your community. Your network is your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth. So sounds cliche again, but it is very, very true. Surround yourself with people that inspire you. And I know you guys were just talking about that, so I will move on to the next thing, which is, maybe you guys have heard this, thoughts become things. I know this is, a lot of people here are very spiritual, so you might have heard this already. You might hear this again, but you'll hear it from me for the first time, which is that it is so, so true that whatever you think, you can manifest. So if, once again, it's kind of going back to the compassionate self-forgiveness, the negative narratives. If you are constantly telling yourself, oh, this can't happen, why would this happen for me? Then that's what's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Versus, I see this happening. I see this relationship happening. I see this business happening. I see myself on stages. Were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just see I was just coming on because I know we're wrapping. Yeah, we're just with you. Yeah, because we have our next guest. But so this is how we ease in, is we bring ourselves onto the stage. It's all good. But go ahead, please complete your thought. I know it's like,
okay. So the last thing I was going to say was it's really important to take action because spirit meets us at our points of action. So don't just stay at home, get out in the world. I know you guys were talking about that before, and take action, because if you don't take action, nothing's going to happen.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I see all the comments. It's not good when you don't trust your intuition, and people, are responding to what you're saying. So those of you that are in that manifesting place, you definitely want to grab her book, and you definitely want to follow Jamie, I was about to say Jaime, on Instagram and on her blogs. She said she's talking about these things all the time. Relationship and visualization and seeing the vision that you want, that comes across in birthing the next vision of your home, your atmosphere, your health, and knowing how to. There are lots of people here that have manifested many things, but they haven't manifested their partner. And so I love that you are a stand for love. You're a stand for people having their perfect vision of that. And those of you that are wanting to go deeper, you definitely remember we're going to send these gifts out at the end of the day, but the form is also there in chat. And the name of the book is Manifesting. Brad, there it is.
However, this can be for manifesting anything, like I said.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie. We appreciate you, and we'll definitely have you on again. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Jamie.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Z, I know you're co-piloting here and learning as we go, and you'll see me jump in.
Yeah.
Great vibes.
A lot of what Jamie said was very simple. It seems like it's very simple, very elegant, but the real hard part is consistency with it. The simple things are the most effective things. So really powerful stuff on what Jamie had talked about.
Oh my gosh, I have to get on my feet for this guy. I just can't even take it. But you know what's happening is it's a motorized desk. So it's like I have to move with it, or I'm going to show you my waistline. And there's a little it's fun, right? Okay, so you all just were given so much value, both with Jamie and right before Shanda Sumter, my dear friend, mentor, all that. We laid out the offer, all the offer stack, and you heard the story of me going to Puerto Rico, meeting with my friends Tom and Kim, and going to church with Shanda, meeting Brent Gove, then doing a Dennis Waitley mastermind, Ken Jocelyn coming to that. Several of you already bought your tickets and took that fast action on the first 10 get to go to Create Dallas. Well, I need to give you